That's just crazy. Let's finish it standing up. Alright guys, hi everyone, we're in the Narofominsk district. So, I'm showing you what beautiful, amazing windows we have here. You can see and observe such beauty. Here, in some places, we ended up with 2 layers of insulation. We absolutely had to even it out so the wall would be straight. Before, the wall was crooked, but now it's straight.
Beautiful, unbearable.
Guys, regarding the gas pipe, let's observe what we're doing. We dismantled the brackets so as not to cut the membrane and not to damage the facade panels, meaning not to make unnecessary holes. So we kind of dismantled these brackets to keep things looking nice.
It's unbearable.
So I have 210 and you have 215. Wow, the house is perfectly level, just 5 millimeters over a height of 10 meters. That's really precise, just amazing. The technology is basically made up of insulation, a 55 by 65 angle bracket. The main profile is a 40 by 60 angle bracket, and the profile thickness is 1.2 millimeters. That's how we attach it with a roofing screw. Then we fix the angle bracket with 2 screws, meaning we screw in one, then the second one as a control, so everything is secure and this bracket doesn't rotate. We also use dense insulation, 75 and 80, meaning facade insulation. We use only facade insulation. We're watching. Our new battens are already installed. This is what it looks like. So we've installed the battens on the roof, put in the soffits, and now we're waiting for the metal. After that, we'll finish everything off with a metal fascia board. So, one moment about this extension, EM. There wasn't really any battens here. Under the soffit it's clean. There were just bare rafters and some pieces of metal tiles, as you can see. They're just lying there temporarily. The client will order the metal later and then cover everything himself. Our task is to install the soffits and finish the fascia boards with a metal fascia strip.
Oh, my Kalinochka, I can't live without you. Oh, my Malinochka, oh, my Kalinochka, oh, my little darlings. Oh, my little darlings.
So come here.
We're going to tidy up here now, so to speak. We observe what an unbearable beauty we have here. We'll also be installing battens for the soffit here. We'll need to cut a bit more to later install the slope according to Kolopnini. There's a whole pile of stuff here. Father, well, you saw it, you saw the boom, and I made it out of what I had, but at least it's beautiful. If you like my performance, my dear friends, give it a like. Alright guys, watch, see, observe. Here's a stack of metal. These are complex slopes for the house. So we have a lot of components here, guys. We order all the metal from Grandland. But what I don't like is that they deliver it to us with these kinds of scratches. So that's good. The fact is that our element is 2 meters long, and for example, our window turns out to be 1 meter 50. So I cut a clean piece for myself at 1 meter 50, and the rest goes to waste. That's actually very good, by the way, but we need to make sure that doesn't happen. Alright guys, now I'll show you what they should be like. The corners are cut on metal G profiles. Look, you can see here we have a satin G profile, matte PP32, and look, you can see, observe how our solid G strip is cut. Pay close attention to how sharp the corners are. That's how it's done there. I'm showing you how to properly and accurately connect the G profile. So guys, about the house. The total area of the house is 400 square meters. That's the usable area. So this is the format in which the design project is done, which I have in my head for the house. So let's take a look here. Let's observe. Here, everything is ready for us. It's assembled. We see, we observe, we have these little windows, drip caps. Here we have the most complex element. Right here, we installed the window jamb and finished everything nicely. In this way, we decided to highlight this extension with a dark color to make it look nice and striking. Some elements are still missing. The client will buy them later and they will be installed here. The front plank also. So something like that, basically. Regarding the panels, ivory is the one that's yellow. We used up about 590 pieces for finishing the foundation with the dark one. It's called rye. We used 100 pieces and panels. We bought some soffits for certain areas. Everything else was done on site. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's see what we have here. Here, we also did everything, finished everything up. So here we'll have a blind area accordingly with a J profile. We made a continuation of the blind area as it should be here. Then everything will be poured later. There will be backfill here accordingly, something like that. This is how we get such a beautiful, sturdy little house. So for the metal, we have drop metal on the slopes. We use 0.5 thickness metal for the additional elements like the J profile and finishing strips. We use 0.45 metal. So we can see there, we observe the antenna has already been reinstalled. Oh my, everything is nicely finished. So we look around the garage, we observe the soffits were already installed on the garage before we arrived. Accordingly, our task was to install the soffits and also to install the battens on the main house. That is, to install the soffits and fascia boards on the main house. Something like that. Ahem. That's how it turns out here too. We assembled the wall, insulated it. This is the garage wall. Installed the drip edge from Kosika, everything as it should be, and the soffits were already installed here as well. So something was already done here and we finished some things. So this is a little extension for the generator. There will be a separate generator here. If the power goes out, the customer will start the generator and power will be supplied to the house. Everything here looks nice and neat. The corners are well done. The roof here isn't finished yet. We'll need to replace the metal and install it as well. The fascia boards. So from this angle, I'm showing you the house, how it's turning out beautifully, incredibly, as you can see and observe. We installed a new door here. Here we have such a beautiful door.
Like this.
Well, here we also installed the opening, finished it with these nice slopes, like this. That's how it is, guys. So, well, let me show you. We had to make a kind of niche here for the pipe, so basically we brought out the main pipe. The main pipe was brought out by 20 centimeters. And here, in this spot, we couldn't do it a little bit, so we had to make a small pocket like this here. So the gas pipe will need to be repainted, I think, to match the color of the panel. Ideally, it should blend in so it's almost invisible.
That's it, guys.
And also the wires have been reinstalled, although this should be done by electricians. What I like the most are these little windows. They're just awesome. They're the most difficult, but they're the coolest. Well, tell us, Volodya.
The guys did an amazing job because the house was all crooked, made out of pieces. We were sure the guys would pass this quest, and they did it amazingly. In the end, yes, they made the gables, and the facade is just gorgeous, magnificent. I recommend everyone to contact them, get in line, and wait for your turn.
Dear developers, if you encounter similar problems, please contact them. I would like to note that these are high-level professionals who will advise you on the choice of materials and components. The work, of course,
Super complicated work.